In Costa Rica, salsa Lizano is a pantry staple. We use it while cooking some dishes like gallo pinto or picadillos, and also on top of food like tamales or scrambled eggs for breakfast. In this video, I'm going to show you the copycat version of salsa Lizano with ingredients you already have at home. Let's get started. This recipe will make about 2 liters of homemade Lizano sauce. Notice that I'm only using half of a cauliflower. If you would like to use the whole thing, just double the quantity of the other ingredients as well. Make sure to wash the vegetables well before you start. Then cut everything into smaller pieces so it cooks a little faster. Starting with the pepper. We're only using half of it, so remove the stem, center, and seeds. The way you chop it isn't important because we're going to cook everything first and then blend it. Do the same thing with the onion and cut it into large chunks. While I was testing this recipe, I didn't peel the cucumber. So today I am leaving this skin on, but if you would like to peel it, feel free to do so. I am going to peel my carrot because I'm not really liking the way this outer skin looks, but you can skip peeling the carrot as well. I'm chopping mine a little smaller than the rest of the vegetables because it takes a little longer for carrots to cook. You see how easy it is to peel garlic when you smash it against the cutting board? Peel it and add it to the pot with the rest of the vegetables. Add the water. These vegetables are going to become the base of our sauce. Bring everything to medium heat and let it come to a gentle simmer. That way we cook the vegetables without losing too much liquid to evaporation. If you see it that it's very strong, then go ahead and play with the temperature of your stove. Take a look at that beautiful simmer, just tiny little bubbles. 50 minutes have passed since I started simmering this vegetable, starting from cold water. I will transfer them to the blender, but since everything is super hot, I will remove it from the stove and let it cool for about 5 to 10 minutes first. Once it's cooled down a bit, carefully transfer everything to the blender. Also, don't wash the blender or the pot because we're going to use both of them again later. Put the lid on, and here's one tip for you. Since this mixture is still too hot, remove the center cap so the steam can escape. Otherwise, pressure can build up inside your blender and make a huge mess in your kitchen and also burn your skin. Start blending on low speed, then gradually increase this speed. I blended mine for about 2 minutes. It's not completely smooth yet, but that's okay because we're going to blend it a second time later. Return everything back to the pot and cook at medium heat and start adding the rest of the ingredients. The only ingredient that I'm saving for the very end is the salt, and I recommend you do the same. That way you can adjust it to your personal taste. Other than that, the order in which you add the ingredients won't affect the recipe. I am using chipotle powder. You can use jalapeno or any other hot pepper powder you have available. The next one is celery seeds. I'm also using cumin seeds, dried oregano, mustard, molasses, which will give the sauce that beautiful brown color, and vinegar. I am using apple cider vinegar. On the blog, I will leave all the details about possible substitutions for some of the ingredients. Now, we're going to keep this over very low heat. You don't have to stir it constantly. Every 5 to 10 minutes, you come back and check on it. Make sure it isn't boiling too aggressively. If it starts boiling too hard, then it will splatter all over your kitchen and make a mess. Just lower the heat and keep cooking. Then check on it again 5 to 10 minutes later and repeat until you cook this for up to an hour. I am going to add the salt 1 teaspoon at a time until it reaches the flavor that I like. Let it cook for about 5 minutes, then come back and add another teaspoon if needed. Continue this process until you're happy with the flavor or you run out of salt. We have been cooking this sauce for about 30 minutes now. Taste it. At this point, you will notice that besides it being delicious, the original Lizano sauce contains acetic acid, which we are not adding to this recipe, and that is probably why this version isn't quite as acidic as the original. And honestly, that's one of the reasons I like this homemade version so much. The vinegar gives it a tangy flavor, but it's not as nearly as acidic as the original. But that's my personal preference. And look at this. We have been cooking the sauce for about 15 minutes now. At this point, you can stop whenever it reaches the consistency that you like, but I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. As I mentioned before, I have tested this recipe quite a few times. Seriously, those extra 10 minutes were exactly what I needed. Remove it from the heat and let it rest for about 10 minutes before blending it one more time. Again, be very careful because it's still hot. After blending, I am not going to strain it because I am planning on blending it for quite some time. Applying the same technique as before, start the blender at the lowest speed, then increase the speed as the steam escapes and let it run for a while until smooth. I blended mine for about 3 minutes, and let's open this thing up. It's still hot, but let me show you. Look at that real Lizano sauce made from scratch at home. It can get better than this. These little bubbles will disappear as it cools. Let me show you the batch I made a month ago so you can see how well it keeps. This is the one I made today, and this one right here is the batch I made a month ago. Look at that consistency. It's the same exact recipe I showed you today. It's still warm. If you like to let it cool completely before bottling it, you can do it. But since I'm filming this video and I want to be done, I'm going to bottle mine right away. I like using a funnel because it keeps the bottle nice and clean. Honestly, this will make such a beautiful gift, especially if that person is a Costa Rican who hasn't had Lizano sauce in a long time. Tears of joy will come down on that person's face. I guarantee it. Like I mentioned, gallo pinto is one of those recipes we need to have salsa Lizano with. And I'm gonna link that video over here. So if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe. That way you don't miss out any other delicious recipes like this one. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.